What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tell It How It Is, No Filter. I'm your host, How You Stop 'Em, but really, Voice of Reason, NF. That's the YouTube channel. It's really just Voice of Reason. I wanted the NF in there to stand for No Filter because that's the name of that's partial name of the actual podcast. But you could just call me Voice of Reason. My hands is in a lot of pots, so for those who don't know me personally, I do music as well. So that's where the How You Stop 'Em, aka Hush, comes from, aka Unstoppable Hush, aka No Noise. But that's not to get too complex and throw you off. This is about Voice of Reason. So welcome. How are you? How's everything? I believe this is episode 184. Hopefully I'm right. Yeah. So how's everybody feeling? How was the week? I check in every week, and I hope that your week was productive. Are we getting anywhere? Are we becoming happier? Are we becoming more focused on our purpose? Was it like a decline? Did you feel a little sluggish or lazy this week? Do you feel it could have been better? I mean, you should always strive to be better, even if you have a productive week. But we're going to just look at those aspects of it to see what can we say about ourselves that we can kind of pat ourselves on the shoulder for and realize that we've either learned something or we grew some. You feel me? There's always more, like I said, but let's just zero in on that. So for me, personally, real quick, as an example, I felt I had a productive week to an extent. I was working a shift I'd rather not work. You know what I mean? Even though it was kind of borderline where I could stand the hours. You got to know me personally to really understand where I'm going with this. But the hours really, it's not my hours that I like to work. I choose kind of like my own schedule sometimes. I mean, a lot of the times. So I would have rather not worked it after the fact, but I put myself in that scenario for a reason, and actually I think I came out successful, although initially on paper it looked like it was going to be crazy for me. Not to get too deep, it's not about that. I'm just saying that I was a little proud of how it turned out eventually. Not to say that I put myself in that again, which is what I'm telling to you guys and gals. Whatever you put yourself in, be prepared for. And you kind of learn, and they'll tell you for the next time to not do that again. You know what I mean? If possible. Some people are stuck in situations a little longer than they would like to be. And you just got to battle your way through, Excuse my French, but if you watch the Notorious movie, rest in peace, Big, this is very influential. Movie was pretty good for me. Puff said, what don't break a nigga, make a nigga. There you go. Sports. Judge has 59 home runs. Yo, they be getting me tight. The Yankees did good over the past week and change. I don't like the 2 losses to the Brewers, but they won the 3rd one to avoid the sweep. They took care of Boston as they should have. And I think prior to that was Toronto or Tampa. No, the Tampa Bay Rays, I believe. So he should win MVP. I don't know. He will break the record for most home runs in the AL. You know that Bonds had 70 some shit in the NL. That's really all I got with y'all. The same 5 teams is still the same top 5 teams. I believe it's the Dodgers, the Astros, the Mets, the Braves, and the Yankees. So when we head into postseason, those are the top names right there. I didn't know about this guy recently told. I guess I don't follow baseball enough. Tony. At least he's on the Angels. This guy's a pitcher with I don't even know what to call him. He's a pitcher with stats of a first baseman or outfielder because his numbers is crazy, and they're really saying that's the best player in baseball. So we'll see. Watch out for the MVP chase between Judge and Tony. Hope I'm saying his name right. Football. 2nd week. You know me, I just grasp at a little bit of it. I don't really go in depth because this podcast is really not focused around sports. It's just kind of something I just like to mention for my fellas because it's an interest to me to an extent. So football-wise, Giants are 2-0. That's been a minute. It's still early. I'm not proposing anything. Giants 2-0. Jets 1-1. I feel like that's good. Broncos, I guess Russell woke up a little bit. They're 1-1 now, beating the Texans. I believe Brady's 2-0. The Ravens lost. Damn, I don't really know who else I care about. Forgive the noise outside. They doing the most. Ain't going to nothing. Nothing going down right now. This is the quieter part of the day, and there's still some noise. I don't know. I feel like there's more that I can't pinpoint right now. So, kind of messed it up a little. My bad, y'all. Fuck it, yo. There's some notifications that I always get, no matter. Yo, technology is crazy, right? Like, let me just say that. How can you're gonna have jokes and say it's my device only, right? How can I do not disturb, airplane mode my phone, and a notification of some sort still comes through? Like, nah, stop. Hold on. You can't cut everything off. We gotta send something through. That's just crazy on some device tip. Anyway, yeah, second week NFL. I don't know who has the Monday night. I didn't pay attention. I didn't notice who didn't play. But we know that's traditional, Monday, Thursday, and then Sundays. So let's watch. It's early on, very hungry. Maybe Buffalo. Or did Buffalo play already? That's who I like. I ain't even gonna hold you. You know, I want to see what Denver does because of Russell, but I actually like Buffalo. You know what I mean? And I could change my mind like that. I'm not saying I'm an all-out fan, but I kind of like what they're doing. You know what I mean? Oh, the Rams bounced back, so they 1-1, I believe. That's the champs, so you gotta talk big. And that's it for football. That's it on sports as a whole. I'm gonna go positive first, or do they say do the negative? What was the strategy I had last time when I'm like, it's good to get the bad stuff out first so you can enjoy the good? I'm gonna still switch it. Sheryl Lee Ralph, supporting actress, finally gets an Emmy Award. I don't even know the show or for what. I just felt like she been deserved this. I don't know if this is the first black woman to get an Emmy Award. I won't say that wholeheartedly because I really don't know. I just know that I've seen her around. Isn't that Moesha's mom? I mean, I've seen her enough to this not be a surprise. If anything, it's a surprise because it's late. But nonetheless, flowers and a round of applause for this Emmy Award. Especially for a female actress of our, not me? Yo, that's big. That's big. Congrats. Congrats to Sheryl Lee Ralph. Absolutely. Another current event thingy. King Crooked and Joel Ortiz, they drop another project called Harbor City, Season 1. So now they offered all that drama with Slaughterhouse, right? I don't know if they still put the logo on this to still represent Slaughterhouse, but they've moved past that. And you know, sometimes drama, adversity, and I don't want to really say clout chasing when you're already famous, but it still happens, sad to say. So it doesn't always land good. You know what I mean? So when they did that project, it was more emotional move, I feel. It may not show in the lyrics per se, but it was an emotional move to me. So now when you can move past that and just give us your talent, your raw talent, and just go back to just music, that's why I'm already positive, optimistic about this one. I've heard one cut, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't listen to the whole thing. And I was loving the vibe on it. So I'm gonna check that out, and I'm optimistic that it'll be way better than the last one. So you know what I mean? I don't even want to limit it to just women or try to say women only or people who are really messy gotta do music with controversy in it for it to get the buzz and for it to be really authentic. You see, Tory Lanez is a whole different beast because when he did that shit was dope. But I also like his 80s project again, Alone at Prom. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like that was better. And everything he's done, he's just a different animal, period. But you know what I'm saying? How sometimes it don't work out for you, but it can. But I wouldn't really want to rely on it. You know what I mean? I've had shit in my life as an artist where I, brought that to the mic. And although to me it was entertaining, even comforting, even venting, like your own personal therapy without going to a therapist. So I guess I really can't knock it. Some people got to get shit off their chest somehow. So let's see what happens with that. Staying with music. You guys don't want to guess what's in the cup. Bunch of suckers. Y'all scaredy cats. It's all good. I'm trying to bring it where you can always see it. I just want to really heavy promote Voice of Reason. There's no other Voice of Reason, y'all. Papoose, come on, son. My dude. Now, I chose to do God Did Over. You can check that out right now. I even combined Hova's verse with mine's. There's a copyright claim on it, but I don't give a fuck. Like, I know it's not mine's. I just wanted to really go after Hov. This technology today, you can make shit possible. You ain't gotta know the dudes. So I have 3 versions on my other channel, MR Hush 476. The first version is just me, the audio. The second version is me doing it live, and then I combine Jay-Z's verse with mine's. So you can check that out on MR Hush 476. Send me a comment or something. Tell me what you thought. I felt the most confident because, to my knowledge, there's times I've done other beats over and nowhere near was first or in the first 3 to do it. This one, I felt like I jumped out early. You know what I mean? And I was even having a talk with somebody. Everybody can't jump on this one. A lot of people talking. There's no real middle ground with the judgment of this original song. Shout out to Khaled. But there's people who love it and they're going crazy, like, oh my God, Hov, you heard Hov? Oh my God. I'm not trying to be funny. And then there's some, they're like, he kind of says what he always say, right? Or, they didn't move him. The thing is, lyrical is sad, man. We're holding on by a rat's nostril. The lyrical shit don't matter. It don't matter no more. I'm becoming to realize this. I'm becoming, absorbing the fact that this is what life is. It's not about that. It is about the messy shit. It is about clout chasing. It is about just club, lounge, party, dance. You know what? I'm gonna go on a rant real quick because we have other genres of music for that. When you listen to reggae music, when you listen to soca, that's dance. You feel me? I mean, some of them probably make serious songs as well, but that's dance. That's party. Why are you trying to base hip-hop on that? Hip-hop can have that as an additive. There can be music for partying. Busta, Luda. Fine, cool. Y'all not even really embracing that anymore. So I'm utterly disgusted, but it's not my world. I gotta live in here with y'all. So we gotta share this thing called world. In any event, Vado did it over. The God did. Listen, Vado has said things that I've gravitated towards in his career. I can't lie. More than once. More than twice. It was okay. You feel me? Again, everybody can't attack this beat. Can't do this beat over. So I won't say he shouldn't have, but it's a tough task. It's like a Biggie beat. You know how back in the day there was respect? You wouldn't do a Biggie beat over. Now anybody do a Biggie beat over. This shit is crazy. So Vado did it. But Papoose. Sheesh. This is one of those where I was glad to get mine out first. Not bowing down to nobody because this is competitive nature. This is like boxing, which I'm getting into next. Nobody's better than you. You hear me? When you have a craft, a passion, your mindset has to say, no one is better than me at this. See this pod thing? I haven't done it nearly as long as music. Music, you talking 2 decades. No one is better than me. Now that can be argued, based on your preference. I'm talking about for me, within self, no one's better than me. I can't stress that enough. Your preference is your preference. This pod thing is newer. I have under a decade doing it, and no one's better than me. That's the mindset you have to have. It's not a cocky thing, it's a confident thing. Shout out Saucy and more. So, Papoose on his IG, which, hell, I want you to go check it out. Shit, I ain't a hater. If you follow him already or you know how to spell it, you should. Go to his IG, is one of his most recent posts. I feel like he went. And things that stand out to me is the K Slay line. What he did for people and how he didn't show up to the funeral, that was, woo, I felt that. Because that's the thing. When you look out for people, I ain't had to be there. I ain't never met K Slay a day in my life. But I know what he did for the culture, and I can relate to that. Because people will look out and be wholeheartedly genuine, and then at their lowest point or death, you find out who really appreciates that. It's the little things. It's not going tit for tat or bra for bra in the sense of, oh, I bought you a house, so buy me a car. No, it's just, you can show your gratitude in the littlest of ways. You know what I'm saying? It's just principle at that point. So I definitely felt that. That definitely hit home. And that's where I'm going to leave that. But that shit was dope, Pat. Canelo Alvarez and the famous onslaught battle of Triple G, right? So they fought 3 times for my boxing people. I don't know how much into boxing that most of my viewers and listeners are, but they fought 3 times. The first time was a draw. The second time was draw split decision. And there was some politics in that second one. It got pushed back because of some shit. I ain't getting into all that. But on the third, what they say, 3 times is a charm. Canelo Alvarez proved to be the better fighter. So congrats to Canelo Alvarez, the champion of super middleweight. Hold that down, boy. I always thought you was nice. You know what I'm saying? I think he only has 2 losses. I don't remember who beat him. I know one of those losses. We all know one of those losses. Floyd money-making Mayweather. Money-making Mitch. But anyway, that's just to be funny, Yeah, one of those losses is Mayweather. I can't remember the second loss, but the record is still great. He's still the champ. Shout out to Canelo. Super middleweight champ. You go. I guess I gotta go on the decline now. Rest in peace, PNB Rock, man. I know everybody's been talking about this. I'm late to the party because my once a week is once a week. Whatever pops off. A week, you've seen it. That's why I give myself that, because it's like, it could be a week, it's very quiet, not much going on. And then it could be a week where it's crazy shit going on. And then it's all about the timing of what part of the week. So that's just life. You can't control that. So rest in peace, PNB Rock. He was killed at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles on an attempted robbery. Or was the robbery successful? I guess the robbery was successful. Moments after girlfriend posts their plates. California and its climate right now. I mean, I don't want to just joke and, the gas price is high. I don't know what else out there is high. Very high. Expensive right now. But we can't even use that because California has been this type of temperature for a long time. We could go back to the Biggie, the Pac, and all of that. These are people that's famous. Imagine the people who aren't. I don't even know what their death toll record is. I mean, it's not number 1 because I think Chicago and Memphis and those type of places still trumpet. New Orleans, I remember being dangerous like that. Chicago, definitely there. Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So these names ring out a little more. But I don't think Cali was ever a sleeper. And you just can't go. Once you cross that threshold, and people can argue again, because it doesn't even matter if you're a celebrity or not. It's just certain moves. The more mature you are, the more street awareness you have. It's street awareness. It's not about being tough. It's not about being a thug or a gangster. Miss me with that shit. Gang banging and all. It don't got nothing to do with that. The thing is street awareness. just awareness of the climate and the temperature we living in. So I could never gangbang a day in my life. I could never shot a gun a day in my life. I could never have killed nobody. It don't matter. The awareness I have is highly unlikely I'll get caught slipping. I'm not trying to put nothing on me. Forgive me, the powers that be, knock on wood or whatever the fuck. What I'm saying is I'm not gonna put myself in positions. Now, if you don't know what your destiny is. Like, you don't know how you're going, when you're going. So you're not that ill. No one's that ill. But you can prevent certain shit. And this is not sitting here to try to blame or point the finger at PNB Rock. But you just gotta be a little more street aware. Like, I'm not going to LA and I'm not famous. You see this little thing right here? A little something. I'm not gonna minus it like I ain't work hard and it's not, official thing right here. But it's not worth life. And we joke, there's raps about tucking your chain and scared to wear your chain and niggas taking chains. That chain snatching thing or chain, all that has been a metaphor, a punchline forever. So we already know you targeted once you got jewels on. You feel me? But it's not worth life. And I'm not saying he hesitated or fought back, but in other people's mind, it's like, look, you obviously needed more than me. Take it. I'm going to get it back. You feel me? So that's how it is, man. It's just this street awareness, man. Just street awareness. And as far as the social media, which I'm a piggyback that I just got recently as a topic, is stop posting personal business on social media. We can tie that in with this. The girlfriend may not, I don't know if that's girlfriend or fiance, she may not have meant no harm. I won't put it like that. I mean, people could try to spin it like it's malicious. Like, she could have been involved in the line. Of course, if you have a vivid imagination, you can say that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that she might not have meant nothing by it, but she's not street aware. She's not street aware. We do not post where we at, what we doing while it's going on. We just don't. I feel like for the female side of things, I'm gonna be a little more sensitive on that, so it don't really seem like I'm coming at her, which over here is no filter, so I don't give a fuck how she really feel, but she's still fucked up. But if y'all females want to be on that type of time, I don't know if there's a feature. It probably is. You could just post, but not post where it is, location exact, the name of the place, none of that. You know what I mean? You could just show, you. If, fellas, I know, let's not cater. It's stupid, like it is. You know what I mean? And more so, I guess women could do it, maybe, as if they're just all females. Because how many females is really getting lined? I mean, it's possible, but I doubt it. But when there's a guy involved, a guy there, or a guy's the main focus, fellas, don't post where you at, my nigga. Like, you could take photos, you could do vids, if you even do that, and then later on post that shit. You supposed to be in your crib when you post Cancun. You feel me? Like, I just won't. And I know some people are gonna challenge this and feel like I'm a man of God and I live this life, why I can't post. Then go ahead. I'm just saying, it's just like, again, it's just something that's a thought. Like, you go, is that smart right now? And yes, you can charge it to who. So again, even though I'm aiming it at everyone, it's more so for celebrities. You feel me? So again, rest in peace to the God, regardless. That's still sad and unfortunate, but we gotta be smarter with our moves. So that posting your personal business on social media is definitely a talk. It's definitely something that should be limited, if at all. And nobody need to fucking know, man. The most powerful people in the world, you know very little probably. You know very little. And I'm not praising no specific people, but let's talk to Jeff Bezos and whoever else is money wise. My mind draw a blank past him right about now, and whoever owns Apple, whoever owns whatever. But Do you see them posting? I mean, you probably do, but I don't think it's current or nothing crazy. You feel me? So people who are in good positions want to stay there. So you want to make smart decisions to keep your shit safe, to keep your shit going. You know what I mean? You don't, nah. You don't want to put yourself in position to lose shit. And again, if you are in a situation where you get caught slipping, whatever they want, just give it up. Stop the fucking pride show. They clearly needed more than you, and you could get that back, but you can't get back your life. You can't get back your life. It doesn't feel good, I know, fellas. I know. We work hard. We work long, strenuous hours. We fucking responsibilities is through the fucking roof, and we don't want to come off of shit. It was hard to get that. I worked hard to get that. But your life is worth more than that. And once you let go of that pride shit, it's cool. It doesn't make you punk. It doesn't make you soft. It's just being smart. It's just being smart. Just give it up. I'm all for that. All right. Rest in peace. Sleep in paradise, PNB Rock. Definitely. Promo has good days and bad days. The timing is important. What I mean by this is whatever you got out there, man, like whatever product you pushing, clothing, skincare, whatever. You're a photographer, whatever you got. The consistency is what matters over a long-term period. So things may not pop, you know. Let's go back to real quick. Like I said, my music channel is MR Hush 476. So the God Did, which is not mine, clearly it's me doing it over, freestyling. That week I dropped it, it skyrocketed. Not to brag, I'm just saying I can notice the numbers between that and what was out the week before. So what I'm trying to tell you is, it's not about the quality of your product that you're promoting. It's the timing of when you're pushing it out there. So social media has, you would think, a 24/7, 365 life. Like there's people always on there, people always scrolling, people always checking shit out. So you would say to yourself as a promoter, how can I have a downtime when motherfuckers is always on here? You have to really look at who's your followers and what time your followers are checking out shit. Not so much the entire social media itself. Because even if your page is public, yeah, people might be seeing it. And those hashtags are important. You know, you hashtag shit to get the attention. You know what I'm saying? But still, you can't control what's good time and bad time to promo. You just have to push your shit. Just push. Just push. Don't look at numbers. Don't look at why, okay, Tuesday was lit, but Wednesday's quiet. You know what I mean? Just keep going. Keep going. I mean, hopefully a lot of you have children or family in general that, you know, if you, God forbid, something happens to you, that they can enjoy it. And again, if you're doing something genuine, let's keep it a buck. There's a strong argument between money and what you love to do. So yes, what we love to do, we should be compensated for, because we need money to survive. We need money to be comfortable. But if it's genuine and you really love doing it, does it matter when the money comes? If you have other things and other ways to earn, which is what you should put yourself in, so you don't have to stress about your passion not rocking. You know, you should always have a backup plan. You should always have plan A and plan B, sometimes plan C. Because again, if what you're doing is what you love, but it's not making the bread, you gotta divide your emotions and your self, ego, and pride to say, I hate what brings me bread, but I need that to continue to do what I love. Because you can't just be, you know, I had a friend, man. I really pray for him because I don't really know his status right now. But, you know, I grew up with him and he used to be my next door neighbor and shit. And despite all the stories, you know, I really always worried about him and hoped that he was good. But he was an example of, I'm not working. You're going to pay me to rap or I ain't doing shit. He'll beg, be homeless, rapping. And as young as we was at the time, I kind of felt that. Like, damn, it's really saying something. Like, you really that confident, or you really that anal that y'all gonna let me in. Y'all gonna let me in. I'm not even playing these type of games. Y'all gonna let me in. I'm nice. I'll put in the work. What the fuck? Yeah, that sounds cool. But when time starts to go and the bills start to rack up, especially if you got kids, he had kids at the time, I believe. So you can't move like that. You see, that's why, you can't really call people selfish who don't have kids or who don't want kids, or, they have this thing like, yeah. Because if they want to focus on their true purpose without limitations, that's kind of how you got to move. I can't even be mad. That's kind of how you got to move. With no kids, you can make more mistakes. You can take more chances. You know what I'm saying? But once you have kids, the first child, you ain't got to have kids. The minute you have that first child, you can't move like that no more. You can't. It don't go like that. So that's why that wasn't going to be a success story for him. But who am I? I let him do what he do. And that's why I say I pray for him, because I'm sure he's not out. I would have heard him. I'd have been rooting. I'd have took my last coins to go where he at to congratulate him. And, I might have had a percentage of feeling that way, but I knew better. You know what I'm saying? So, again, you got to work. It ain't got to be shitty. You could actually have a decent gig. You know what I mean? But it don't matter. If it's not your passion, it's not your passion. So other people will look at you crazy that work at that same place, and they're content with that. You know what I mean? And that's okay, too. If you want to live your whole life with no purpose outside of just working for the man, and it's easier said than done, because I could talk that hot shit, but I work for the man, and I'm probably gonna continue to work for the man for a while. But I still have my passions and my visions. Whether that happens and I'm 80 years old on my deathbed, or whether it happens in a week, I'ma still do it. And because I have a child, I have people I love and care about, they fucking could benefit from it, and it's not a loss. To me, it's still a success story. Hopefully my name is just treated right when I'm gone. I know it probably will, but just remember, I stand on this shit. So, let that name ring, let the names ring out. Like I said, voice of reason, no noise, how you stop them, all of that. I put in this pain, man. I don't really half-ass it. I ain't perfect, so there's some behind the scenes shit that I might half-ass because of it's but so many hours in a day. I do work for the man, child, kids, other real life regular shit. So you can criticize, but you see, there's that genuine criticism when believing in someone and seeing the passion they have, and then there's the hate criticizing. You know what I'm saying? So you could just sit there and say, yeah, you put out all this content, but you don't pay for promo, you don't pay for marketing, you don't do it this. Listen, Rome wasn't built in a day, and we're gonna get there. You hear me? So I appreciate whoever does view this. I appreciate whoever does listen. You know what I'm saying? It's not that big a deal for me. Like, I know that I'm not in this with no ulterior motive or think that overnight I'm just gonna be this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool. Whoever listens. You feel me? So again, keep promoting. Don't look at the numbers and why you rocked yesterday, but today is quiet. You know what I'm saying? Or if you have some consistency and you still see sometimes you're quiet and sometimes you're not. Because check this out. Look where I'm at. This comes out every Monday. Happy Monday. So people know by now. You know what I'm saying? When you do something consistently on a certain day, that is probably a winning mentality. To try to have a consistent day, if time is great too. Because now the risk you run with that is, yeah, everyone knows. So you should get the heavy viewers once they catch on. But the bad in that is because they know, and because you put it out there this certain time, this certain day, that when it's quiet, it may bother you psychologically. Because you're like, yo, this is all the time. I didn't change up. I didn't change the day. I didn't change the time. People just got life. And when you're not lit already, I'm sorry to say, when you're not already lit, or if it's not some off the rip, controversy, messy shit, no one cares. No one wants to just hear the regular norm. They gotta hear something spicy. to really take to it unless you somewhere already. You gotta already have put in the work and be somewhere where now you got some consistent followers. You know what I'm saying? So just keep going anyway, keep promoting, be annoying with that shit. I'm annoying. Like I want niggas to block me if you ain't feeling this because I'm putting this everywhere always. Super annoying, bro, because I'm on my purpose. You feel me? Shout out to Alpha Male Strategies. You know what I'm saying? Fresh and fit too. I don't want to take away from you. Joey, I still fuck with you slightly. Joe Button's podcast. Still fuck with you. Drink Champs, cool. Whoever else, $1 million worth of game. My expert opinion. I give everybody their flowers. Do what you do. Y'all on your purpose. You know what I'm saying? We can all live in this world. We have to. So the world got money. You know, all of this, you know, it's tight, it's hard out here, you know, prices of things are through the roof. There's money, you know, they print billions of money a day. You know, the value of it decreases. But don't get it twisted. There's enough for all of us to survive, and I spread love to everybody. Just don't come for me and mine, we good. Alright, cool. Ooh, I didn't really plan to close out with this one. Alright. Men with mommy issues. Wow. So women, and I don't usually cater to y'all specifically on this a whole thing. You know, I'ma tackle this on y'all, and I ain't really mean to come at y'all like I can't do something for y'all because you know the women make the world go round with a lot of shit products. You feel me? So I need y'all. Don't get it twisted. I just was throwing a cute shot. Anyway, wow, it's a hard one to tackle. Do I have enough time for that one? Yeah. So, is these mommy issues official? Like, she wasn't there? What's worse? A mother who wasn't there, and then, you know, whatever appearances she did have, you know, you kind of just was grateful to have it. And so, nothing really gets accomplished. You don't really get to speak your mind to you're an adult about what issues you had growing up because of your non-mommy being there. You know, that was weird the way I said that, non-mommy. Yo, yeah. So, is that the argument? Or is it your mother was there, but no use? Like, you really didn't learn? Or, I mean, you learn, trust me. Even when you ain't learn, you learn. Because whether the mother was a solid mother or she just was kind of there just taking up space, you see her vibrations and you kind of know what you don't want in your woman later. Because I think that's the whole blueprint of this. When you raise mom and pops, you know, pop's supposed to keep you out of jail and, you know, make you a solid man. I think that's the vision. And, you know, it gets twisted because today, that's not how it's going. You know what I mean? It's totally left. You know, sometimes the mother's the only parent, sometimes the father's the only parent, sometimes it's the aunt, it's the whoever. But what I'm telling you in basic biology, basic genetic, basic parenting, family, one-on-one, is the father is supposed to prepare the man to be a man, and the mother, it's a toss-up between his softer side, sort of, to get the woman he wants, or just to have the knowledge of what type of woman he wants. So we can scratch that softer side. You know, I'm gonna take something from Alpha Male Strategies again, my purple pill guys. You know, purple pill wants a relationship. So that's what that does. So if you grow up with the mommy issues, I think it gets in the way of what type of woman you want, what type of woman you attract, and what type of woman you end up with. Now, if you can have an adjustment when you get to adulthood to realize that, nah, I'm not gonna let this be, you know, people do that product of environment thing, you know, well, I grew up without a mom, or I grew up with mommy issues, so fuck these bitches. Excuse my French, I'm just saying. We can't use that. You know what I'm saying? We can't use that. We got to try to say, okay, we learned something here. Because my mother wasn't solid, I want someone more solid than what solid should look like. So the expectations could go through the roof, where that takes a while to find that. Or you may find yourself being a little too picky about that. You feel me? So it's not a good way to, you know, you don't want your story to be that story. And then you can have, your mother could have been great, And you still have these high expectations because of that. So, men, the women really don't win either way in those scenarios. I think you just have to have a mild mother. I don't know. I don't know what strategy can get you where you select the right partner when you grow up. But I know the mommy issues things, it's 50-50. It could help and it could hurt, you know. Of course, it hurts more because you want a solid foundation in parenting growing up as a kid. I mean, especially today, you know, my talk is about the millennials and past that. You know what I mean? Because back in the day, it just was what it was. Like, nigga, man up. This is what it is. We were tougher. You feel me? Sorry to say, we were tougher. You know? That's why the world is crazier now because, you know, even the millennials, they motherfucking have both parents and could be spoiled rotten, still grow up and terrorize, or be like some bugged out weirdo, and they had both parents. You know what I mean? So today is just a different climate with that, period. So it don't even matter. I'm sorry, that's a very ignorant way to say that. I want everybody to have both parents, but the man with mommy issues, I think today hurts less. I think it hurts less because, again, it don't matter. Like every scenario, the man could still grow up and be bugged out because he could have both. I mean, unless the father, you know what? This is all over the place. The father, if he's a real solid nigga, like a solid, then that matters more though. I ain't gonna hold you. The solid pops can still make this man great with a subpar, great, or no mother. It's possible. He's gonna struggle in relationships though, most likely. But he could be successful, not a weirdo, not bugged out. But he may struggle in the women's department. Or he can land luck. So the man with mommy issues, to close out, I don't want it. I don't want it for you, but I don't feel like it's the worst. I think you can still survive. You know, that's me. You know, you get, yeah, it's tricky. It's all over the place. It is. Cause I'm fighting between me growing up versus today. I know me growing up. Can I get personal? I had mommy issues. Not the crazy, wow, oh my God, I can't believe that happened to you. Like she left me in the basement for 2 days. No, I don't mean that. I mean, it wasn't 100. You feel me? It wasn't 100. But I feel like I'm good. Now, I can't say that my father picked up the slack and that's why I'm good. He picked up some slack. He does have an influence here, definitely. But it was the grandmother, which is as close to a mother figure you want if you don't have your mother, that did it. Now, it was at a softer level because she was the grandmother. You know, they spoil their grandkids, they love them. So I didn't really get the toughness from her. But dad was sort of there. That displayed some toughness. The independence that we had early on when I was growing up, like from 3rd grade going to school on my own, seeing a lot of shit in a neighborhood that wasn't peachy creamy. So you put all these things in the blender. Put all this shit in the blender, and I think I'm good. Now, I have made mistakes relationship-wise due to that. Due to the mother issue. Not directly a blame, but we can say it. We can use me as an experiment, just saying. But I still think I did great. So that's then though. Today, growing up, that may be more detrimental, but like I was trying to tell you, all scenarios can be detrimental. You can be the best parents. Your kids still kill 10 people. You could have one great parent. You could still bug out. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to attack certain shit. This is it. No, listen. Celebrities with kids, and you know, the kids wanting to experiment, I won't say specifics. That's solid households, no? Or so it looks. So you just can't really call it. And that's why that was a tough one. So women, don't be so thrown off. Don't be so quick to not try. But if you meet a man, you're probably not going to find this out in the first meetings. I don't know when he'll address it, if ever. But if y'all get to a part where y'all are becoming serious or considered to be serious, don't let this mommy issue thing make you give up so easily. I gotta place it where they grew up, the age. If you're my age, ladies, give it a chance, because he might be all right. He might have been able to let that go. He might have been, made the mistakes that he will already. You know what I'm saying? Could. I'm not saying all cases. Could. The younger crowd, and for my mid-20s or 30s, it may not be a good look. It'll be up to you, though, as per how you feel. Listen to and pay attention to vibes for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because then you got the step parents. If a step parent steps in and kind of fills that void, you still got a chance. And that's more today. I would love to see like a stepmom step in if there's real mommy issues or the mother's not there, to try to save our young men. You feel me? So let's be optimistic, even though it's a shit show, because you need both parents. I know I've switched the narrative in the last 5-10 minutes and totally different directions about having a mom or not having a mom. But really, we need it. You know what I'm saying? If the mother's there, great. It's not one of those, it don't matter to you. It shouldn't matter. I'm just trying to prepare you if you don't, fellas. Especially, I'm talking more to between 20 and 30. Don't let this become your, product of environment. Like, you can't, find a woman, or you don't want to commit, or you don't, and that's up to you. I'm just saying, your interaction with women, don't let that be a terrible or uncomfortable thing ever because of your mommy issues. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to take from it, learn, and go, all right, you can still decipher things, you know what I mean? But don't let that ruin that, because, if you're not familiar with a healthy relationship growing up, doesn't mean you're not entitled to one when you're grown. Because the thing is, you see, and that's the big debate between, settling down and being faithful and whatever rules or views how the world wants us to be, especially with women. It's for the kids' sake. You don't want to have to put your kids through shit unnecessarily. So yeah, you got to be happy. You got to be solid and confident and comfortable in your skin first, with your views and your practices and your beliefs, before you can be effective in raising a child. But I get the whole, you want the kid to have a solid foundation, if possible. So just try to choose wisely. Just use what you've learned over the years. If there's negativity because of mommy issues, use that in your selecting, and just go know what not to deal with. Check off the boxes. Okay, boom. This one acts just like, wow. Just be aware before you select. You know what I mean? You can still overcome. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a dead in the water thing. You feel me? So I think that's about it for that. And that's a good one to dwell on, There's hope for everybody, though, in my eyes, to an extent. Some can consistently show you that there's no hope. But we're going to overcome this, because I might even, let me check that, because the next one I might do women with daddy issues. You know what I'm saying? That hit a little different. I'm not even going to touch it at all. That's definitely the next one. So stay safe, stay blessed, have another good week.